Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome to the channel Bookables. Today I'm here to do my annual seasonal tag. I love tags. I try to do one a month. I used to do one like every couple weeks, which I was like, it's a little too much. So now I'm like, once a month is more than plenty. And especially when it gets to the seasonal months, those are my favorite type of tags because seasonal, yes, we all know. Of course, I'm going to do a tag that I have done once before, probably twice before. This might be my fourth time. I don't know. You know, it is what it is. I love seasonal tags. The tag today I'm doing is the Falltime Cozy Book Tag, which was originated from Sam from Sam's Nonsense years ago, and I was ironically tagged in the original one. So yay, I'm gonna do it again. I'm sure I've done it before. I'll link it down below. Let's just get into it. First up is Crunching Leaves. The world is full of color. Choose a book that has red, oranges, and yellows on the cover. I don't know which one I'm gonna grab. Oh wait, my favorite cover of all time when it comes to fall. The Bake Shop of Pumpkin and Spice. This has red, this has orange, this has yellow. It is fall personified in a book cover. And I know my last video where I talked about my fall favorites, like my fall favorite reads, I was doing my links and stuff, and they are redesigning these. And the redesign is horrible. It like looks like in kind of in the galaxy with like a teacup, with like a teapot, which I mean is cool, but like, why would you change this? Why? Why? This is perfect. This is literally perfect. And the second, this one's not too bad. I don't love it as much as this one, but like these are much more better than the redesign cover. So I know if you guys want to purchase this, I suggest maybe eBay. Next up is Cozy Sweater. It's finally cold enough to don some warmer clothing. Not where I live. Fall where I live in Southern Virginia. Like, I think tomorrow will be 75, which is like chef's kiss amazing. That never happens. And I think next week is in like the low 80s. That is fall for us. Some people, fall is like 60s and 50s. Not here. So I will not be wearing sweaters probably till December. What book gives you the warm and fuzzies? So many. I have so many. I'll just look at my like romance shelf that gave me warms and fuzzies. I'm trying to think of like a fallish one too. Like what could be a warm and fuzzy fallish one? When I think about it, One True Loves is kind of fallish, and it definitely gave me warms and fuzzies by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is like a love triangle, which this is like one of the only love triangles I still feel very conflicted about, like either way, but it's definitely a very, very cozy vibe to it that I really enjoyed a ton. What are some other cozy ones? Oh, duh, of course. Legends and Lattes by Travis Baltrin, or Open Up a Coffee Shop. Does it get more cozier than that? It does not. Next up is Fall Storm. The wind is howling and the rain is pounding. Choose your favorite book or genre that you like to read on a stormy day. For me, stormy days and like genre to read on stormy days are mystery thrillers. There's nothing that like tops that for me for rainy days. Like if it's a dark, cold day, like I want to kind of read like a mystery. And my favorite one that's like kind of a rainy day book for me, Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. Like it's like looks literally like a fall storm. This takes place on Halloween actually too, and it's just a great one. Also, what's another one that's kind of good and spooky for like a stormy day? Home Before Dark by Riley Sager is like in a haunted house. Definitely great for a dark and stormy day. And even a new release that I read that is great is called The September House. I read that. That freaking book is bananas, but it's great to read on a dark, stormy day because she buys a haunted house and she's fully aware that it's haunted. Like any sort of like kind of dark fantasy. Also, another one that could be good for that is actually Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. This is very atmospheric. It's set on like this kind of Pacific Northwest island where like a lot of people live, but it's definitely got that atmospheric vibe to it that's kind of stormy as well. Cool, crisp air. What is the coolest character you want to trade places with? I don't think about that anymore. I mean, like, I often think about, like, going on Bilbo Baggins' adventures in The Hobbit. Will I survive? Probably not, but it'd be fun. I would not do Frodo's journey. No freaking way. Bilbo's, maybe. Hermione Granger's journeys? I don't know, maybe. I can't think of, like, a book that, like, other than those, that I think about, like, trading places quite a lot, honestly. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I would like to maybe go to trade places with Viv and be an orc and open a coffee shop. That sounds freaking phenomenal. So I guess that one. Hot apple cider. What underhyped book do you want to see become the next biggest, hottest thing? Ooh, that is a great question. I can't right now. I'm trying to think of like a great underrated read that I have read recently that I would love to see become the next big thing. So I'm gonna have to pull up my Goodreads. Honestly, you know what? I kind of want to see certain ones blow up that I think were really great that I don't think get talked about. They get talked about, but not a lot. My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine, I think is a fun, great vampire novel. I don't think a lot of people will read it because it's just kind of quirky and it's, you know, it's a little bit far-fetched, but it's a fun one that I think I would love to see kind of get hyped up. One that somewhat did get hyped up a little bit, but not a ton, that I wish more people would read is The Inheritance of Rokita Divina by Zordita Cordova. I read this last year, fell in love with it. It's a great kind of fall read. I would say it's got that kind of familial, witchy kind of vibes that I really, really enjoyed a ton. And it's kind of, I would say, like, if you like Spells for Forgetting, I would maybe check this one out. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. Also, The Serpents and the Wings of Night. I read this because everyone was talking about Fourth Wing, and this was kind of comparable to Fourth Wing. I feel like you hear about Fourth Wing a ton, but you don't hear as much about this one. It is a little hype, but I would like to see it get a bigger hype because I thoroughly loved it. Like, it was an amazing vampire fantasy, which I'm always in the market for. Literally always. Coat, Scarves, and Mittens. The weather has turned cold and it's time to cover up. What's the most embarrassing book cover you own that you'd like to keep hidden in public? Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm not very like, I don't hide a lot of book covers because I don't really care. I mean, I don't love this one, Birthday Girl. It's a little bit too, like, you can really tell what it's about, if you get what I'm saying. You know, they did the whole trend where years ago they changed kind of steamier books into kind of cartoonish, like, you know, kind of anime, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, kind of cartoonish, like hand-drawn, like it's Tessa Bailey books, steamy as mess. But from this cover, you can't tell 100% what's inside, which I enjoy because some book covers, it's like, girl, we all know what you read in, which I'm not ashamed of, but like, I don't, you know, I don't want to be like, hey, let's talk about this in public. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only one I think that's on my shelf that I'm like, I don't love this cover. Next up is Pumpkin Spice, which literally everything is pumpkin spice. I love pumpkin spice, but sometimes we have to draw lines. You feel me? What is your favorite fall time comfort food / foods? Oh gosh, pumpkin spice stuff. Like, I do, my favorite cookie that I always talk about, I bake a lot, is the Pillsbury, like, it's like pumpkin and cream cheese. That is superb. I love that. I also really love this really easy dessert recipe I've made a few times where it's like, you just get a jar, if you just get a can of apple pie filling, you put that on the bottom of a baking dish, and then you put cinnamon rolls, you just kind of cut them up and put them on top of it. You bake that in the oven for like 30 minutes, you pull it out, you pour like the cinnamon roll icing on top of it, and then put some ice cream with it. Oh my gosh, it's like an apple pie kind of turnover thing, and it is delicious, and it is literally the easiest dish I've ever made in my life as far as dessert comes, because I'm not the best of it. But I mean, other than that, like, I do like the pumpkin bread. I'm a big fan of like apple cinnamon stuff too. But those are like my staples, I'd say, that I do eat. And last up is Warm Cozy Bonfire. Share the love. Who do you tag? So this tag has been around for quite some time. So if you haven't done it by some, you know, if you haven't done it, feel free to do it. I'm tagging you right now watching it. If you want to do it on your channel, if you want to do it on your Instagram, your TikTok, whatever you want to do, you go for it and you do the thing, because it was a fun tag to do. I love talking about seasonal stuff every single year. We all know this. Will I keep saying that? Yes, I will. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.